I always forget to take it off when it ends, man. All right. Hello, this is Frenchie, aka Lou the French Monette, and you are listening to the Frenchie Talks About. On today, we are blessed to have, in my opinion, not only one of the most gorgeous fitness models on Instagram, but she is smart and she's got a hell of a story to talk about. This is Amanda. How are you today?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Pretty good. Like I said early in the morning, I am not a morning person, but I am excited as fuck to talk to you because I've been following you for a while, and there's a lot of your photos that really show a story of resilience and where you put your mind into something. And I definitely respect that, and a lot of people should definitely hear your story. So I can't wait to get into it. All right. So that being said, let's go straight into it. Now, to give people who are not aware who you are a little example of why this episode is called From Weak to Strong, okay?
Yeah.
This is the before and after, in a sense, of your life, right? Um, it's a dramatic change. Could you talk about those moments that you were as in the picture on the left? What was your mental state? How did you get there?
Well, it wasn't like on a day. It was. I. It was something I didn't, and probably no one like would wish for to get
Mm,
like depressed and with eating disorder and suicide like thoughts and attempts. It was probably in high school I got to like eating disorder just
mm,
like that, and that photo is actually when I had recovered from my eating disorder, but
mm.
then fell in my depression. Yeah,
And,
later.
and and were you aware of your own state? Because you sometimes depression clouds the judgment, clouds
And
the way we see yourself. Did it hit you where you were at your state, or it hit you after you changed?
well, it hit me after, but it came really fast and hard. So yeah, I were aware, and I wished every day like to just get normal. I didn't really know what was the problem and what was wrong with me, but I just felt the like a big anxiety and not wanting to get up in the morning, and I was really tired. Just I wanted
Mm.
just to sleep, and I didn't want either to go to any doctor or get help because I had went through a period like of thousands of doctors and hospital time. So
Yeah, I mean, like doctors, as much as they're good, they do help. After a while, like especially in certain mindsets, it just becomes the same blah blah white
yeah,
noise, right?
yeah,
Nothing registers. You have to go
yeah,
through your journey yourself to really accept
true.
it, right?
That exactly.
And like in that state, in you were in your surroundings, did you had support or what was your surroundings like? Were you bullied? Were you
Um,
supported?
well, yeah, I have a big family, and they have
Mm,
always like been there for me and done everything for me more than I could ask. But I'm a person like that. I get really hard feeling for that if someone needs to help me. So I don't want like help. I don't
mm,
want to interrupt anyone. I don't want to like be on the way. So I mostly got bad feelings for my and because I compared myself to my sisters that
mm.
like were working and studying hard, and I was just like laying at home and doing nothing. So
Mm,
but big support, and when I was like depressed and had eating disorder, all my like friends left, or it was pretty much my own fault also because I didn't keep in touch. But so no friend contact or support. So
so basically, you had to go this journey by yourself, and you were a strong, independent woman from the get go. But yeah, it's true. And when you're not in the right place, you can have the best friendships, but
yeah,
if there's no communication and it's like there's almost, I've been through that in other aspects, but there's almost like a
Yeah,
shame to talk to
yeah,
people because
true.
it's hard to accept the way you are, right? But then facing it with other people, it's a hell of a journey.
Yeah, I could write a lot, and I blogged about during the time, but I couldn't like talk about it, and because I was so much ashamed, and
Mm,
no one could like understand what was like going on, and I couldn't explain. It was hard. All the doctors just they gave me the medicines, different ones, but the same, still the same.
mm.
But everything I fighted for was in my mind, and everything. Even I got thousands of supports and help. The biggest like fight was in my mind.
Exactly. You can change your neurological mapping with medications all you want. If the notion's not grasping your own aha moment, right? Nothing changes. You just change your mood, but you never advance, right? And that's the worst things you can do if you want to evolve. But good news, you've done it. You've
Yeah.
reached that moment, right? Another photo I want to show, and for me exemplifies around a bit like your change, your evolution to someone who is strong and independent, and really an example for young girls out there is this image. I mean, we went from someone who was depression and food disorder to this beautiful example of a woman that really shows that you can do anything your mind is set to. Now, to get to that must have been an interesting journey. Could you explain to me the first time you went from, eating disorder to trying out like activities like a gym and etc. and training? And when did you have that aha moment that this is for me?
Well, like training was never a problem for me.
Mm,
That's why I could continue. But yeah, I had like a few years just doing nothing, living like without after my eating disorder recovered.
mm,
Nothing, just living a teenager life. And that was when I got also depressed because I felt I didn't have anything. I had played soccer before, but I left it also. So it was a big emptiness like in my life. Yeah.
mm.
So yeah, 2013 when I had so that was like the baddest year ever. I had so much suicidal thoughts, and
Oh.
yeah, but my dad he has rheumatism like myself do also. So he trains regularly, still does, yeah. So he wanted just to he said to me, come with me. And I thought like, yeah, I can check it out. I had heard like about the place and stuff like that. um but I went to the gym, not any group training. I went like to the gym with him with the weights and dumbbells, and I had never tried anything like that. And I suddenly just started, and I felt like it was so weird because I had played soccer. It was like a thing you do in a group, but suddenly you need to focus on yourself and concentrate. You
Mm.
work on yourself, and then I felt like the endorphins, the mind in the power, and like lifting, and it was something I never felt before, and I really like fell in love directly.
Oh yeah, and he's like we said before, right? It's that aha moment. You
Yeah,
understand everything clicks, right? Like, and I've been through depression a long time. I was in 8 years in a relationship that was a good person, but it wasn't for me. So I got depressed like almost a year
yeah,
in, right? And for 7 years, I was deep into it. And you are so lost, so foggy until this
yeah,
moment just makes everything clear, and you understand your path. Like, why didn't I like understand it this way for all
yeah,
this time before?
exactly. Yeah,
And that being said, like, okay, you're starting to train, you feel the endorphins, right?
yeah,
But it's easy to go back to depression. Like you have that feeling, but to
yeah, true.
continue it is it's hard because you're going from a sinkhole of emotions.
Yeah,
What was your journey
still,
from discovering that to continuing it?
yeah, it was still like a fight daily, but I got like some passion, something to wake up for and work on myself, and also kind of like escape from reality, but and I didn't want to go back home, but still it was so much different. I felt strong, and I had felt weak, and uh, I didn't have, I didn't like think that I would even be feel strong. I
Mm.
had never felt it, so it was really, I could, I suddenly I just got like a life purpose. So yeah,
And
but
is
still like a fight every day in my daily life, outside the gym. Yeah, of course. And it
and
was a long road. Sorry.
No, no, it's okay. It must have been a fun role. Like again, discovering yourself and showing your true purpose is like again before podcasting. That was my aha moment when I started finding people and I can communicate and I realized
Yeah,
I'm actually good at what I do. And
yeah,
I always thought I sucked at communicating, and it was a complete contrary, right?
yeah.
So that aha moment, of like, whoa, I'm
Mhm.
actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, and so finding that it must be amazing. Now you
Yeah,
on
it
your
was like a half year, sorry, a half year later, then I started my blog and my Instagram. I came up with the name, and then I got a lot of friends from the media that we supported each other, and then you got like a big community that cheers you up every day.
Exactly. Now, I was going to ask another question, but you actually talked about something I wanted to talk about. I have a hard time saying the Instagram, Twitter handle,
Mhm.
but what is it behind it? Is it in your native language, or does it have a meaning behind it?
Which one?
The one that you use for Instagram, which is Svagtillstark.
Yeah, it's weak to strong on Swedish. Yes,
Okay,
I talk Swedish normally, so
okay. And how was my Swedish? Did I massacre it or?
yeah. So svag means weak, and to till
Till.
strong.
Okay.
Stark. Yeah.
All right. And now on Instagram, you share a lot of accomplishments, right? You keep pushing yourself more and more and more. What was the accomplishment you're most proud of that you actually passed?
Um, that is a really hard question. I can't like decide one. Everything. Mm.
Okay, but is there one that made you realize you actually believe in yourself? Is there one that you couldn't have imagined you actually broke and you did it, and that was a breaking moment in your journey?
No, it's really hard because you don't. You I didn't never start like gym because I wanted like some transformation. I don't know. I just went there because it made me happy inside. So it was like of course I would go to the gym because it makes me happy and I don't want to be sad.
Yeah.
And just like many years later when I maybe I do like I do like the transformation videos, and
Mm,
then I can see like whoa, I actually change a lot. And also in the beginning I took my weight and I was really skinny, and when I started lifting weights I got kilos, 10 kilograms like straight away.
damn.
And that was, yeah, a big happiness because I had like fighted with gaining weight all my life. So
Yeah, and I actually have a friend who's like that too. She's very skinny, and she has to eat a lot of calories just to get a bit plump, right? And
Mhm.
me, I sniff pizza and I gain 40 pounds. So
Yeah,
to
we're
each
so
their own.
different. Yeah,
Yeah, and I come from a really big family background. Like
yeah,
the on my mom's side, they're like boat fishermen and lumberjack size people,
yeah.
right? So it doesn't take much. I have shoulders for forever. Now you're doing this process, you're finding yourself, but not only do you find yourself, like you said, you're finding a community. Could you start talking about when, let's say your Instagram is starting to explode, there's more and more people following, you understand that, hey, I have something here. Could you start talking about like the social media aspect and you becoming in a source of a star in fitness?
Sorry, the question went.
Okay,
I
yeah,
yeah.
I rumble on. Could you explain to me your when you start realizing you are a social media star, right?
Mm,
Not only are you good in physical stuff, but you
yeah.
actually good in communicating your story to
Mm.
other people.
Well, it's really hard for me to understand. Actually, it's
Oh yeah.
still really. It's weird to get like meeting someone and say, "Oh my God, you are like that person," and or like at some event with a lot of fitness person, they like people come and tell me I
Hmm.
inspire. That's I don't just get it. It's really hard for me.
Yeah, and that shows that you're not in it just for like the competition, or you're in it for yourself, and you change yourself. Your main goal was yourself, but realizing you affect other people was not your main goal, but
No,
it's what followed, right?
yeah,
So yeah, that's gotta be
yeah.
crazy.
Still, I do it like just for myself. It's just hobby, but then to inspire people daily, it's really touching, and that became a reason also, because I don't want like anyone to get go through what I went, and I want to help people and tell how much training they helped me. Yeah, it can be a bad thing to someone, but me, it saved my life and it still does. So I want also like telling how healthy and how happy, how fun it can be when you do it right.
Exactly, and talking about giving an example, there's another image I wanna show here. I just have to refind it. Give me a second. Mhm. Where are you? All right, there you go. Now, this is something that always fascinated me because I am not in that world. I've seen it on TV a couple of times, but it really escapes me. The work that goes into it is this photo right here, the competition side of it, right? So you did it for yourself. You were good, but then you realize, hey, I can actually become professional and show off. What was that journey like, going professional and doing shows? Was it the same as what you did normally, or you had to change your whole regiment?
Well, that was a big. It was really different on like on my mind because I needed to focus really much what I trained, and before that, I just went with my mind what I felt for, and just for fun, and suddenly it was a goal. It was a goal, and but it was really fun because I always loved like something to wait for, goals like and challenges.
Mm.
So I get really excited, and yeah, but I made a big promise, and I wrote it on my blog directly that if it makes me like feel bad, or if I get like unhealthy, I will stop directly. I will leave. I won't compete or continue. And I was really happy I got a good coach that daily followed me up, and I'd never done cardio, some dancing and post training, but not like running like huge. And my diet was pretty the same. Yeah, just suddenly I followed a meal and training plan, and I had just like unregular food before that. It
Eh,
was pretty like interesting also because that got me like interest of personal training, because you get interest how much food and training actually can like affect you, and you can like get results of it, and
mm.
yeah. I just trained because in my mind it felt good.
Yeah, and if it feels good, it is good, right?
Mm.
Well, normally. Now going back to, well, actually, before I go there, now you've done the competition side of it. What have
Yeah.
you like? What did you understand from it that made you evolve? Is there something you took out of the competition?
Um. Yeah. I loved it so much. It was
Yeah.
so fun. Like I don't know. It was really, 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 really fun. Um. Like the the whole day, and also the teamwork, and the like. It's a big celebration of all the work you done like for many years, and at the same time you can be creative and do my modeling. I done it before that, so just like a fun, yeah, I don't know, a big fitness thing, not for myself, or not. I usually I would just went in the gym like alone, and but suddenly it was a big like with other
Yeah.
people also. Yeah, so I wanted of course continue
And
compete more, but then I was before that I was in the junior, not in the women's class.
okay.
So suddenly, if I wanted to continue competing, I needed to go to the women's, and so I got like a little bit pause because it's it's a big sacrifice. You know you put a really lot time, and also money, and just like time. If you want to compete, you it's pretty like selfish. So
Mm.
I felt like bad, and I thought about it every year. I think like, should I continue because I love it so much. But then I think everything else I can do with the time. Yeah, so
And that's the thing with passions, right? And that's the thing also I realized with social media, you see the results, right? You see like what happened, but most people couldn't even imagine the process it takes and the time and the dedication it
yeah,
takes to
exactly.
get to that photo, right? So
Mm-hmm.
let's say for podcasting, people, oh, you just go on screen and that's it. No,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of, this is not the only show. I have like around 6 shows I do, and I have a whole team behind me. We have displays, videos.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just me talking. This is the end result. But the wife sometimes like, could you help me with the baby? I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
there's
true,
there's things you
exactly.
don't have to ignore, but it's your passion, and if it's
Mm,
worth it, right, you put it
exactly.
in,
Yeah,
and
your
you
passion
also
is
have to find the
for
middle ground.
yeah.
You definitely have to find, and look, let's talk about that middle ground, the realistic side of training yourself and changing your body towards the good. You still have to find that middle ground. So could you talk about that on your side?
Like, sorry, the question, like.
The middle ground meaning finding the balance between your social life, your health life,
Mm,
your love life, like finding that balance of not
mm,
always being 8 hours in the gym, but actually, or going for the competition, but
yeah,
also your relationships and your other stuff in life.
yeah,
How do you balance that?
yeah. Now or back then?
Your journeys.
Um,
You talk what you want.
well, I am happy. Like I got a lot of fitness friends, so it's not. We all talk about it, and also my family. They were just happy I went to the gym because they saw how happy I went. Yeah. But yeah, so I didn't like lose so much just when I compete, because that's that you focus really much on it, and you also want really much support, like really when it got near the competition, and it also can be really stressful,
Mm.
and yeah, so uh, I don't know, I'm happy I got really much support, but uh, now when I don't compete, I have more time for like clients, and more I can do like anything I want to, and if you are competing, you think about the competition all the time, and you want to like save energy, and you don't go social life. But still, like I love to be alone. So
Mm.
I love alone evenings, just laying at home, watching movies every day, even.
So the lazy life is a good life, you know.
Yeah,
You're
balance.
not all about just training a muscle.
Mm,
There's a lot more. Like I can relate. My other shows I do is like movies and stuff.
mm,
I'm a couch potato. There's a reason why I got a gut. Okay.
yeah.
All
But
right.
I also love like partying if someone asks me. But yeah,
Partying back. I think I'm a bit older than you, so partying, yeah.
yeah,
But at one point,
but you know, you like I don't know, celebrating, go to some friends or family and having like a big eating together, and just talking, having fun, drinking wine, enjoying the time, and
you see, for me, that translates what you
mm,
just said. That translates for me, just going out with the girlfriend without the kid, just going out with the girlfriend in a restaurant, spend like $200 on a whole night of like alcohol and food, and having like a 5 course meal. That's a party to me.
yeah, exactly. Not partying like, oh my god, to a club. Not my thing.
And that kind of goes into the philosophy of rewarding yourself, right? There's so much hard work. Life can't just be about the passion of hard work. You got to
Mm,
reward yourself, and give yourself some pat on the back or
yeah,
relaxation, because it is a hard, long journey. Uh, Now I'm gonna show you the photo I discovered of you the first time, the first
okay,
impression you gave me,
yeah,
and it kind of relates to what you said before, that you're surprised, like you still don't get why you exploded in the fitness world. This is the photo I found you. Okay, and I follow a lot of fitness models,
yeah.
and when I found that photo, usually I just like go on. I
Mm,
stopped. I'm like, wow, what what a physical body. What, like, first of all, your eyes are gorgeous. You have a beautiful smile, but you have a presence to you. You almost have like, some people like are really into the sport, and you can see they're kind of full of themselves. I don't find there's like no ego in that photo. You're just happy, right?
yeah.
And that's what really, for me, distinguished you from the others. There's like one other fitness model I found. I forgot her name. Super adorable. It's like
Mm,
small, puffy hair. I did the same story as you, but they're very rare to find someone who's not full of ego and just
mm,
joy. So that's why you got popular, Amanda.
mm,
It's your soul that
mm,
transpires onto the photo.
mm. I guess like it's just like it shows up really much how I feel in the gym, all the endorphins,
Mm.
that all the happiness. I love every minute of it. So it shows in the picture, guys, I guess.
Yeah, well, yeah, it really does, right? Like, same thing for any profession in a sense. You can if you have an instinct of reading people, right? You can see in any profession. Like, I work in customer service, especially in the food industry. Me, okay, and one of my most like, if you want to annoy me, I go to a restaurant, I go to food service, and you're just like, "What do you want?" All right, yeah, it's gonna be 349. Like, for me, that just pisses me off, right? And I see that person like, "Hey, how you doing? Here, do you want extra fries with that?" Like, okay, this is someone who loves their job. So,
Mm, true,
so,
that's so true.
so when you found your passion, it shows.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Now,
I
there's some.
love like seeing people with their doing their passion. It's really nice.
Yeah, because you only live once, right? What is
Mm,
the purpose of living if
mm,
you can't, find that passion, find
yeah,
something at least that makes you smile at least once a week.
yeah.
Now there's something else I want to show, and this, for me, this is badass. This is someone who shows me that you have some rage too. It can come out, but I've did boxing for a little while, and I can't do that shit. Okay, so let me just put it here.
I'm a beginner also, but it's
With
fun.
this does not show. You go. I feel bad for the bag. Poor bag. What happened to the bag?
Yeah, I know. That's why
uh,
I'm alone when my like therapy on a other way. I just I don't need to change clothes. I don't need to think anything. I just go into the stuff and music. Yeah,
Bon
take.
matin, Mr. Rob, one of our good followers, and also we has a new show on our entertainment. Thank you very much for joining us, my friend. All right, so sorry about that.
Never.
um, Now, I also want to talk about something I like to ask people because a journey is a journey, but there's a lot of things we learn along the way. If there's a couple of things, or maybe one thing you could tell the young Amanda on that first
Yeah.
photo we showed, what would be the thing you would say to her?
Like, don't be so tough to yourself, and like, focus. Just take one day at a time. The only like thing that matters is the like this life. We only have one life, and you will manage it, and you will continue doing it. And there's a big like life waiting for you than just wanting you to come out there and live.
Hmm.
Like, there's so much beautiful things in life that you haven't like discovered yet, and this is just like the fight you feel to now. That's just a so small part of your life, and it will grow you so much stronger.
Yeah, and those are wise words, and it's something that can apply to anyone. Like I have a little baby girl. Okay, she's
Mm.
just turned 6 months old. Has an obsession putting everything in her mouth right now. But I am glad there's people like you in the world that will continue being like that as well. That can show my girl that she could be
Yeah.
anything she wants, and it's not just a man's world. And same thing for a little boy too. And eating disorders are usually most associated to girls, but boys suffer it as much.
Yeah, exactly.
And I can only imagine, like I have a problem. Like I used to be skinny. I have a problem with my weight, right? But my girlfriend's like, no, you're hot, and I get compliments, but I see myself. I'm like, ugh, you
Yeah.
know. So body image is overall a problem for everyone. So I am happy you are there to show people that if you're not happy about it, you're only setting yourself to be like that.
Yeah, true.
Changes are possible.
Yeah, true. Exactly.
All right. Well, Amanda, thank you so much for being
And
on.
thank you.
You are a sweetheart.
You
And
are. You are really. And it was so fun talking to you. And yeah,
thank you.
I really appreciate your time. And yeah,
And
you
and
seem like a really good person.
Oh, I try. I mean, yeah, I have my bad sides. Like I'm the most annoying person. If the more I love you, the more I annoy the shit out of you.
We all have that.
But thank you very much. I appreciate it. And here's to having you eventually back on the show. That would be awesome to follow back your journey, because this is personally the beginning of your journey, and you have a lot of years, a lot of things to
Yeah.
discover along the way.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm sure you made new fans. So where can they find you, Amanda?
Where can you find me?
I mean, like on social media. What's your social media
Uh,
handle?
Weak to strong, but on Swedish. So Svagtillstark.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all my social media profiles. .com and everywhere. Instagram, that's my biggest, and Facebook.
Perfect. And you can find me on the official Twitter handle of Norn Schmo. We have the Frenchie talks about what we also have, if you know what it is, Schmodown related content, Norn consultations, Schmoes of the North, and also Snark's Midlife Crisis, brand new show once every 2 weeks. Do not miss it out. If you're not subscribed, what you doing? Press the subscribe button, click that like button, and hell, even put on the notifications. So again, thank you very much to be on. And you have all a beautiful night. Bonsoir.
Bye.
Oh, press the wrong thing. Damn it, I'm still learning this shit.